We have a bunch of stuff this week.
There is. I put a few things on the docket, but I'm sure there's more.
But we're also making up for a missing week. So is it really that much? Or is it just 2 weeks of stuff on 1 week of package?
I don't know. Because we also kind of preview a little bit. Because we don't have... Because next week will be whatever filler. I think I have the new 52 slated. Your new 52. No,
oh, jeez.
Not DC.
Which is now 78 or something.
Oh, you haven't doubled it yet? I thought you would have doubled it.
No, I've definitely pulled back a little bit.
Okay.
It's because I'm back into the sports games.
Okay,
I'm doing my Wimbledon save.
You want to see something?
Oh, you've been playing the show or college football?
I've been playing the show, but yeah, I got it set up here. I just go ahead and flip over, and it should.
And we're locked in.
It just pops right
in.
I've been doing the show, and I've been doing
The show because it was like on sale 50% off.
Yeah.
And that was what made me rush to get everything set up, because I know that I would be, if that sale ended and I couldn't get it for $30 anymore, it was going to be like I'll get college football too eventually, but that's like, because it just came out, it's top price, top shelf, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't want it that bad, but like, when I knew that like, if 2 or 3 months later, I come, set it up, get ready to play it, and I have to drop $50-$60 on it, I'm going to be mad because there was a chance to get it for $30. So, yeah, been doing it. The game pisses me off already, but it's fine. There's things I want in these sports games that are there but aren't there. Like, MLB The Show has, you can take one of the teams' save and just completely change the team entirely. Change the location, change the logos, full customization of the whole thing, which I love customization in any game, especially sports games. But like, I don't want to just move the Nationals to Trenton and have them be the Trenton Thunder. I want to just add the Trenton Thunder to the... I want to raise MLB and remake it in my own image. And I was thinking about this recently. That is just what Universe Mode is in the WWE games. Yeah. Is you can just take full control and redo everything. And I want every sports game to have this, I think.
Okay.
I want to go into MLB or NBA or NHL or Madden or whichever. I don't care which ones. To FC. Maybe FC has it. I haven't played the game since they've rebranded to FC. The last one I played was probably like FIFA 2018 or something.
No. I don't think they don't have anything like that.
Yeah, like I want to just completely build the league up from nothing, decide the divisions, decide the division names, decide the playoff structure. And then sit back and then restart it, because there's no way I'm playing a whole league by myself.
That's ridiculous. I want this thing so that I can not play it.
That's how I play Universe Mode, though. I set that shit up, and then I might sim it for a year, and then I'll be like, yeah, I don't feel like playing every show, though. Like, that's a lot of work. And I'll spend hours setting this stuff up. But it's not the same as GM Mode or Manager Mode, which I did start a Phillies Manager save, and nothing brings me more pain than knowing that I was right and this is what the Phillies should do, but I can't live it out because I fucking suck at this game. I cannot, for my life, play this game. It is so funny for me to make all of the management decisions, move the players around, make the good decisions about where to be, and then it goes, there is against the Dodgers, there is what do they name it? Something needs to be done because we're on the brink of losing or winning or whatever, like tied going into the ninth. And then it says, you need to play this now. And I'm like, when that game is tied in the bottom of the ninth, Rob Thompson is not stepping up to that play and swinging that bat. Why the fuck do I have to drop the game and swing the bat? Because I'm going to strike out. I'm going to lose. I don't know. I can't play this game.
Madden has that. It's called Play the Moments, but you can choose to not play.
If I choose to not play every single time, it's just taking the worst option. And it's pissed me off.
Hey, your team just isn't that good.
But it is, though. All of my players are ranked in the top 10 of their position. Because I just turned off. Because I just wanted to play around with it. I turned on forced trades. So it was just all the trades get go, so I can do whatever I want. And then maybe if I actually learn how to play the game, I can do a real thing and see how it goes. But yeah, been playing around with the show. It's fun. I like baseball, so it's fun. I'm just working on building a stadium from scratch, which is cool. Fuck, I forgot to turn it off! No! That too. That actually wasn't working last week.
Oh, rest in peace.
That was another thing. We had a little unit in there for a while. Someone had to come and fix it. Our AC just completely died. The motor burnout. So
those things happen.
Yeah.
Welcome to adult life.
I know. At least I live in an apartment complex, so I can just yell at someone and they'll come and fix it. It's not like you where you and your dad have to go there and figure out what's wrong.
Hey, since we did that and did everything, that boy is crisp. I come home every day, 71 degrees.
There you go. So with that, the Phillies have played quite a lot of games over the past few weeks.
Yeah, let's get through this, man.
They've played approximately 12 of them, probably. I don't actually have kept count. I went to one of the games.
Which one?
The one on the day that we missed.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the plan. We were going to record and then I was going to leave. And then they were like, well, you can work morning. And I was like, oh, fuck yourself. They played the Red Sox, and it was a historical game. And that's not a joke. I'm not joking. It's the second time ever in modern MLB history. But, like, the first time it was in 1971. The game ended by a walk-off catcher's interference. Tanner, do you know what a catcher's interference is?
Slightly. Give me... I've heard of it before.
So, a catcher's interference is... It's not a catch-all term. Basically... So a general rule in baseball for the defense is you cannot impede the offense in any way unless you have the ball and are making a play. This means if the catcher is too close, if the catcher steps over the plate, it can be catcher's interference. This, in reality, should never happen because in order for it to happen, you have to be pretty far up the batter's ass, which has become more common in the MLB over the past couple of years. They've been, well, we can frame pitches better if we're close, which is true. But there's been a higher rate of catcher's interferences. The most common one that you will see is the catcher's glove, clipping the bat of the batter while they're swinging, which can impede the swing, it can stop the swing in this case, and, like, that's no-no. That's catcher's interference. Bases are immediately awarded. So, we were in the bottom of the 10th. We went to the 10th with the Red Sox. And for some reason, their pitcher walked the first batter, and then the second batter got hit by a pitch. And in MLB now, during extra innings, you get a ghost runner that starts on second, which I think is really stupid, but it's what they do. So now we have bases loaded, and catcher gets too far up, bat clips the glove. They call it a strike at first, and the Phillies challenge it. They show it on the Fantavision, and it is so clear that the crowd just starts celebrating the minute they show the replay, and it's like, oh, not a doubt, not a shadow of the doubt. That bat fully hits the glove. Why is he up this far? Whatever. It's catcher's interference. Bases are awarded, and because the bases are loaded, walk home. +1, we're in the bottom of the 10th, so it's game over, and we all celebrate like we actually did something and not just walked off on a catcher's interference. Somehow not the first time it's ever happened. It happened in 1971 in a game with the Dodgers. I don't know the details, don't ask me. But, yeah. And then, the next night, there was another catcher's interference call against the Red Sox. And the only reason why that sucks is because Bryce Harper was attempting to steal home, and I think he would have done it, but it doesn't get called that because there was catcher's interference on the play, so he just gets awarded the plate anyway. That one was the opposite, which was the catcher jumped up and blocked home before he had the ball, which you can't do. You need to have the ball to block the plate. And then that's the summary of the Red Sox game. They then had another one where they went into extra innings, but there was no funny business. They just lost like men. And lost first place because the Mets also kept winning. Then they go to New York. To
Mets, baby.
To Boston's rival, not them. The other New York team. To Boston's rival, the Yankees. We then have 3 of the most cracked out games I've ever seen. The first one is the one you mentioned, 12-5. They were just hitting home runs. Now, Yankee Stadium, I believe, is the smallest ballpark, dimensions-wise, so it's the easiest to hit home runs in. I don't know if any of ours were unicorn home runs or not, or if they were just whatever. Second game, similar dominance. Now, the third game we did lose. But Zach, why are you saying that this was also cracked out? Because this lineup was weird as shit. It was Trey Turner at designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber at left fielder. Kyle Schwarber does not field anymore. We had Rojas at center, which is nice. Marsh was just nowhere to be seen. And Weston Wilson starting second base because Stott was also not there. I like Weston Wilson, not because he's a good player, but because I have a connection to him spiritually. And that's a joke. I was in the arena when he hit for the cycle. He's a backup player that gets jumped around.
Backup utility guy, I know.
Yeah. And which was funny because during the one against the Red Sox I went to, I kept saying, "Put in Weston Wilson. What do we have to lose? We can go to the 11th, but let's put in Weston Wilson." I've bullied a team into walking a utility guy before. I'll do it again. So, and I just really all I want to do is profess my love for Johan Rojas. I do not care what this man's batting average is. His batting average is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I do not care. I don't care. Tanner, he caught the ball in the middle of center field and threw out the runner heading home. He cleared the entire ball field in one throw. It did not bounce. The entire thing, it was clocked by the pitch clock as a 104-mile-per-hour throw. I don't care what his batting average is. Kyle Schwarber also catches the ball in left field, which good job. He falls on his ass. It's really funny. You know, everyone's having a good time with it. What I want to point out is when he catches it and falls on his ass, Rojas is standing behind him. He was just there. He just was there. If Kyle Schwarber was not there, Rojas would have caught the ball. And that's not me like throwing shade or anything. It's just me exemplifying the fact that it doesn't matter where the ball is at in the outfield. If Rojas is there, Rojas is going to get there and catch it. I don't care how bad he bats. He can bat a .000 for the rest of the season. And I don't care. He should start every day. Because I've seen Marsh not being able to catch a ball that lands right next to him. But I've seen Johan Rojas cross the entire field and then throw out the runner at home. Shout out to JT, who also did jumping splits to catch the ball and tag the runner out. We lost that game somehow, but that entire series was on crack. I think we go to Chicago next, so we got some wins lined up. Designated sweep.
Which Chicago
White
team?
Sox.
I'm
talking about Southside. The White Sox. We have some designated wins. I wouldn't say that about the Cubs.
Designated wins is so funny.
Designated wins, yeah, a designated sweep. And then we need to talk about Kyle Schwarber a little bit more. Because the All-Star game happened.
Yes.
And it was fun. The game went to a swing-off, which they only do during the All-Star game. It's like a shoot-off in hockey, or does basketball do a shoot-off?
I have no idea what the fuck a shoot-off is.
Okay. In hockey, if you go past the overtime period, you then go down to a shoot-off. You choose 3 guys, each team. They run up. They take a shot on the goalie. You do all 3 for both teams. Whoever has the most shots wins the game. If no one gets a shot or if you tie them out, you re-rack them and do it again. Swing off, same concept. Both teams pick 3 players. Each player gets 3 contact swings. So that's 3 hits on the bat. If you miss, it doesn't count. If you don't like the pitch, it doesn't count. 3 contact swings. When it makes contact with the bat counts, you're just looking for home runs. You're not looking for placement, you're looking for home runs. Most amount of home runs, total wins. American Leaguer comes up. I think he hits 2. First National League guy comes up. I think he hits 2 as well. American Leaguer comes up. Hits 1. Kyle Schwarber takes the plate. Motherfucker goes 3 for 3. Just boom, boom, boom. And the videos, it's like he goes boom and then points it out as it flies in Atlanta. Our last guy doesn't even get to hit. They had one of the Mets guys ready. It doesn't even need to hit because then the next American Leaguer doesn't get any, and it's done. And Kyle Schwarber gets awarded MVP for the All-Star game off of that play alone. Now, I have one more note to put. Kyle Schwarber is the only player Philadelphia sent. We had one other declared All-Star, which was our ace pitcher, Zach Wheeler, who declined to go because he never goes. Because he never actually gets to start, and you only pitch 1 inning and all this other stuff. Because they had Paul Skeens start for the NL team, which is fine. But Philadelphia sent one team member to the All-Star game, and he saved it for the National League and got All-Star MVP. We need to re-sign this man. I know. Before anyone says it, we're not going to be able to re-sign him before his contract expires. He's been very clear that Kyle Schwarber, intends to hit free agency, and he's not signing a deal before then. But when he hits free agency, we need to throw the truck at him. Just here, what do you want? Here you go. Because he's become too valuable. I do not trust any other team getting him. If the Mets get him, I will probably just kill myself. Like, I don't think, like, crying doesn't... I will jump off of the roof of the team store at Citizens Bank Park. Like, I can't... This isn't okay. My boy.
Yes?
Is that all the baseball thing I have? I think it is. We don't know who's going anywhere in this playoff season yet. It is too close. There's some division winners that look clear, like the Dodgers are probably taking the NL West, and some of the American League teams seem to be set as far as who's taking the divisions, but like all of American League's wild cards are too close to call, and everything else in the National League is too close to call. There's a good idea of who's going to be playoff bound, but as far as like division winners or first seeds or second seeds or wild cards, no one knows. It's too close. The Phillies and the Mets are still within a game of each other. And like I think the Mets are technically in first, but I think they're ahead by a game. And again, we now have not the Rockies. We have the White Sox coming up. So we pretty much have designated wins coming up. And then like we have the Orioles after that. Like these playoffs are too close to call. And I don't know what's going to happen. I know where I want us to be. We're 1.5 games behind now. I don't know where I want us to be. I think I want us to be division winners 3rd seed, because I don't think we play well with the bye. With the bye for the wild card series. I think we play better if we do the 3 wild card games or 2 wild card games or whatever. So hopefully we get 3rd and we face a wild card team to keep us hot, and then and then just win the World Series, obviously. I want to win the World Series.
Just let me know when you wake up from your dream, pal. That shit ain't happening.
Oh, he's still sad because New York fucked up.
New York was never winning. Brother, I've been down to earth the entire time. I liked our chances. We were never winning. I said it right after the series was done. You are not going to win a championship with Tom Thibodeau as your head coach.
Listen, at least you're not delusional enough that I have to listen to you talk about how the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl. Like, I appreciate you in that respect.
Yeah, but everybody seems like down on us, which kind of like we played well near the end of the year. At least I felt so. Caleb Williams is only going to get better, and I think we got better across the board. And everybody still has us at like 5 or 6 wins from what I've seen. I mean, I think the best I've seen is like 8 and 9. I'm like, man, I think I have us at like 10 and 7. Like, I think we make the playoffs this year. I really do. And like, I'm confident, and like, I don't think I'm being delusional. But we'll never know.
There's something realistic about making the playoffs, but not spouting that you're going all the way. Like, because there you go.
I just want to.
There's some monsters.
Yeah, I just want to play in January. I just want to play in Feb and March. Like I want to watch games that matter with my team in them. Like that's what I want to watch, whether we win or lose. Just give me something to actually give a shit about. Yeah. When I get to week 12 and I'm 3 and 9, I'm like, then just lose, bro. Let's get the best pick possible and let's move on. Because you ain't doing nothing at 3 and 9.
Yeah. It always matters when there's more on the line.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Aren't we in training camp season now?
Training camp started a while ago. We have next week, or I guess technically this week. This week is preseason games.
Oh, that's right.
Thursday night. Man. I want to say it's Lions Saints, but I'm probably wrong.
I got Chargers and Lions.
Chargers. That's what it's not Saints. It was the Chargers.
Hey, you were close.
Yeah, I knew it was the Lions.
What are, in your non-professional opinion, football teams to watch for this year. That the commons and the ones that we might not, because like obviously it's going to be eyes on like.
Can I give you more than that? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, give me a breakdown.
I'll give you.
I just yapped about baseball for 20 minutes. Give me a breakdown.
I will give you my very early playoff predictions.
Okay.
So
we will do. By the way, I'll declare it now. When we actually hit the NFL playoffs, we will do a bracket prediction.
Oh yeah,
for the whole thing. It will be for the title. It won't just be. I had other stuff planned for the title the entire time. My championship.
Yeah, we didn't announce last week that you won predictions.
Listen, man. It gets announced on the website. Like, I don't know. I retained for the first time.
Yeah, finally.
But, SummerSlam's coming up.
Was it close or no? Did you win by like 2 or 3?
Let me look up. I can pull the chart up. I don't actually remember. Not gonna lie. Oh, you know what? I actually had something with that I had to ask you, and we will do it right now on air. I have more wrestling to talk about besides this, but while you're pulling that up, we can look at the predictions. I won by 1. It was Zach 5, Tanner 4, Hannah 1. Now,
Okay.
The question here is, does Hannah get a consolation point because of the cash-in because she predicted Naomi would win her match?
Okay, so she loses by 3.
But Tanner, the Bedazzled Cowboy hat scores. It affects the overall.
Okay, so it puts me in last for the grand total. Yeah, I think that's fine. If you want to, we can.
I wanted an additional opinion on it because I wasn't sure. But, like, I'm down. It's like, if it sets a precedent, it sets a precedent. But that's what? 2 possible points.
You know what we should do? If we're going to do, like, predictions, like, every week, we should do a pick'em in the football season. We pick a game.
Okay.
We pick a winner, and then we could do that.
Yeah.
And just do one, and then at the end of the year, see who has the best pick'ems. I don't know if you do 1, 3 games.
I don't know. We can...
I'd probably do 3 games. You don't want to do
try
1, because then what's the final score? What somebody wins has 9.
Yeah, we can figure something like that out. I was always planning on doing playoffs once we knew the playoff picture. Assign like a point value and be like, oh, who wins each of these games, and then like the further out you can predict something, the more points it's worth. So like come the Super Bowl, we still all get to go, this is who's going to win the Super Bowl if both is there. But if, say, you had chose far out that the final teams were going to be the Commanders and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and we're now down to that, you just get more points because you now call
that's how a bracket works anyway.
Yeah, it so far.
Usually it's like the Super Bowl is 10 points, worth 10 points, if you pick the winner correctly. NFC Championship's 5, 3 in the division, and then 1 in the...
But I like doing catch-up scores. So I'm always like, okay, like we're at the Super Bowl, we know it's these two. We can all predict it, but me, who didn't have anything right, and these are all new things, maybe I get 1 point.
All new things?
Yeah, I didn't predict either of these teams, maybe I get 1 point. But Tanner predicted both of these things and has a winner, so that's worth all of this amount, because he had so much foresight going into it, actually predicting the season correctly. But yeah, we're going to do stuff with that too. I didn't... The point was never to make the predictions only wrestling, it's just that...
That's all that's been going on.
Yeah, what else has been going on?
Like, we didn't really get into it until after all the seasons were done.
Yeah.
So, NFL.
Yep, go for it.
We're getting hyped. We have training camp going on. Preseason starts this week. Big signing, actually, this last week for the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
They signed former Defensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl MVP Von Miller on a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. I think that's actually very big. Bills fans will tell you different because they're mad that he wasn't that good for them. I would just say their team isn't that good. But that's just me. Kidding, by the way. Yeah.
No, he's not.
I am. No. The Bills are very good. But
He just doesn't want to get thrown through a table.
Bills Mafia don't scare me. I lived through the Mark Trestman era as a Chicago Bears fan. Nothing scares me. It's going to be an interesting year, man. We got a lot of cool stuff. Philly fan, it seems like the NFL world hates Jalen Hurts. He's horrible. He's not a top 10 quarterback, and he was never good. That's basically what I've learned.
I've seen
from
this.
That makes zero sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to complain about sports in general, and then I'll get back to the NFL.
Okay.
We as a society have become overcome as a sports society, have been overcome by stats and numbers on a paper that we don't care about what the game looks like anymore. And then if you talk about how somebody plays on the field or how it looks, you're like a bag merchant, what's he got in his bag? What can he do with it? It's not about how much he scores, but how he scores. And I just think there's a land in the middle where, yes, you have to put out stats, you have to put up numbers, you have to put out something respectable, but it also, the way you do something is very important.
This is literally just my Johan Rojas rant.
It is the way you do things. I'm a big soccer fan, you know that. Yeah. I get so tired of the GA argument, the goals and assists, and if a player doesn't put out 15 or more a year, they're not good. I could go back, and I don't have these numbers off the top of my head, but I'm sure I could go back and look at icons of the game that have seasons that don't put up 15 GA are some of the greatest players of all time. There's plenty of NFL players don't put... Vince Wilfork, I don't know if he ever had a year with more than 5 sacks. He's one of the greatest nose tackles to ever play the game. Certain positions don't put out stats, and then certain players just don't, but they affect the game. That just happens. I could tell you a bunch of players that have won the interception title in the NFL. Deron Bland won the interception title, had the most interceptions in a year. Do I think Deron Bland is better than Sauce Gardner or PS2 or Marlon Humphrey or Marshawn Lattimore? No, just because you put up stats doesn't make you a better player. That we need to get past. This needs to be done. This needs to be... We should be more antiquated as sports fans to be able to look at something and analyze it and understand what's going on. I guess I realized that isn't allowed, and certain people are stupid. So that didn't happen. But, apparently Jalen Hurts isn't that good. Now, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 5. To me speak on this conversation of where is Jalen Hurts, I'll tell you the guys that I think are better than him. I still think Patrick Mahomes is better than him. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I would still say Joe Burrow, because Joe just can't get a team that stays healthy. And he also plays for the Bengals, so that's all automatically going to hold you back an amount. Jalen Hurts is in conversation for that next spot. He may be a top 5. If I really think about it, I still think he's better than Jaden Daniels.
Can you do me a favor and give me the teams for all of them? Because I knew the first 2 and that was it.
Chiefs. Mahomes,
Chiefs and Lions.
No, you don't know that. Okay. Josh Allen is Bills. Lamar Jackson,
right.
Ravens.
He is Bills. I'm just
Joe Burrow, Bengals. And if I start racking my brain, this is the conversation he should be in. Borderline top 5 quarterback. Yeah. I think he's better than Herbert. My personal biases aside, he's better than Baker Mayfield. I think Baker is an amazing quarterback. If I could have any quarterback in the league, I'd have Baker Mayfield. But Jalen's better than him. I do think he's better than Jared Goff. I think they're very close. I think that's probably the closest conversation. Matthew Stafford, I think, is a step behind them now, just getting older. But, that's his realm. Anywhere from 5 to 8, I can hear. I think 8's a little crazy, but Jalen Hurts is amazing. Do we forget that both Super Bowls he was in, he played amazing? I don't care that he only put up 2,600 yards or whatever, 2,900 in the regular season. The guy runs. He can run.
Was the Eagles' formula this past season not give it to
Saquon Barkley? Yeah, it's just because they didn't use Jalen doesn't mean Jalen's not good.
Yeah,
we watched him be better than Patrick in both Super Bowls. Now I know I still have Patrick first. Patrick has the resume. I've seen Patrick do things that other quarterbacks have never done. Yeah. So he will have that respect for me. Now, say he has another season like this where, and I know it's crazy to say another season like this, they were 15-1, but they had a lot of very close games and he had a lot of questionable performances. Still, he has you could argue has 3 of the best playoff performances of any quarterback ever. So, Pat's he's different gravy. I don't think 1 year of Jaden Daniels makes him better. CJ Stroud isn't better. I'll hear the CJ Stroud conversation, but I don't think it's close. especially after CJ not having a great year this year. And Jalen's really good, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm much higher on Dak Prescott than a lot of people, but I just don't think Dak is horrible. I think Dak got a gajillion dollars, and everybody's like, well, he's not worth that money. I'm like, oh, well.
I feel that.
He is. If that's the going rate, he's a top 16 quarterback.
Yeah.
This is what I like to ask people. What's the worst quarterback that can win you a Super Bowl?
Still a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. like Baker Mayfield could win you a Super Bowl. I think Dak Prescott could win you a Super Bowl. CJ Stroud. I think you get to like quarterback 15 or 16, then you're like, I don't know if you can win with that guy. And that's probably where Dak is. Like 15, 16, maybe at the highest 12. Around there. But all that being said, it's enough on Jalen Hurts. Let my boy live. He just started to smile again. Can we just let him live his life?
He got a really cool Super Bowl ring where the wings pop out.
Yeah, we're not even...
I have such a love-hate relationship with that Super Bowl ring. Because I think it is...
I have a love-hate relationship with the thing you just said. No, I'm kidding.
I think it looked so gaudy and nonsensical, but I also love
the perfect
like
Super Bowl rings are the 90s and 2000s rings. Go back and look at any of those specifically, and this is how you know it's a good ring.
Oh no. He's going to say it.
Favre's Packers ring is amazing. Those rings are beautiful. It's the one that they won, the Packers won. I hate them, but that ring is nice. They're good rings.
Yeah, I see a lot of early season predictions for them, and for the NFL season, and maybe this is just because of the bias of my feeds and stuff like that. And it's all complaining about the Eagles being low.
I don't get it.
And like, I'm not sitting here saying we should be number one on those. Like, a lot of these teams still look terrifying, but like, we are the defending
They're not.
Super Bowl champions.
There's no team in the NFC that I think is relatively close to you in any sense. Okay. You have the best running game. You have, like I said, you have the best quarterback in the NFC. There's no quarterback in the NFC that's better than Jalen Hurts. And the conversation, this is how bad it is. The conversation is Jaden Daniels, and then what's next? Baker Mayfield? Jared Goff? Like, if you want to have the Jared Goff conversation, fine. I completely disagree.
Yeah. Same
thing with Matthew Stafford. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
So we're doing Eagles-Commanders rematch in the NFC game is what I'm hearing.
That I don't know. Because I think there was a level of the Commanders getting lucky. Like, there are like 2 or 3 games that you change. It's like one play changes that game. Like, people don't remember. I'll remember because it'll scar me for the rest of my life because I watched it live. But the Commanders did win the Hail Mary game off of a batted up pass, which they should have lost that. So that changes their record by 1, which I then think changes their playoff seeding. And I think they have one other game where they win on the last play of the game. So, like, anything could happen. I'm not going to rewrite history, but I don't know if the Commanders will be as good. I hope they are for my dad's sake, but we'll see.
And one small seed change could put them in.
That's what I'm saying. They could have played somebody completely different, and then they don't make the conference championship.
Even if it's just they play the Eagles in divisionals instead of conference.
Yeah,
like that just changes.
So
I get what you're saying.
Here's my way too early playoff predictions.
These don't count for any points, but it's always fun.
Yes. So in the AFC North, the division winner, this is probably the easiest division in football because I think the other 3 teams are all jokes. Will be the Ravens.
Okay.
The Steelers, I really don't think will be good. I think they've made all these changes, and then they brought in Aaron Rodgers, who we have seen has not been good for a while, and maybe he's fine, and they make the playoffs because that's just what Mike Tomlin does. But they'll probably end up being the second best team, and I don't know if the Bengals want to play football. I don't know if they want to put football players on the field and pay people. I don't know if you've heard anything more about that guy. That guy has gone back to Texas Tech, their first-round draft pick. They changed the clause in his contract. He's like, I won't sign. He's going back to college and possibly will play there and then get redrafted next year. That's how bad it is for the Bengals. They are a joke of a franchise, and if This only hurts them. This does not hurt Shamar Stewart, who is the guy who's going back to college. He's fine. I don't think, like, old white guys will be upset with Shamar Stewart, right? But
For whatever reason, but he's going to go back.
he'll go back. No player will want to sign or play for this organization ever again. I have no idea how they've let this get as bad as it is. Like, this is the worst run organization in football. And it's so crazy because the Browns are in their division. They gave a Predator $160 million guaranteed. And they're worse. They're like, what are we doing? So, yeah. Ravens win that division. I think the Texans will retain in the AFC South. I don't think any of the other teams... Titans will, again, be bad. Jaguars, maybe they figure it out with this new coach. Maybe they... And I would love for them to come back. They're actually going to be another one of my playoff teams. They'll be one of my wild cards, the Jaguars. But I still just think... The Texans kind of slowed down, but they lost their best weapon like 2/3 of the way through the season. Get him back, get everybody healthy. I think they'll be good. AFC East, Bills win again. I have no other teams from this division making the playoffs. The Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets, I think, are all bad, and they will continue to be bad. It is what it is. Sucks to be those guys. You guys just aren't that good. I don't know if Tua plays another 3 years in the league with his brain injuries. And if I were him, I wouldn't play. But it is what it is. Next to AFC West, this is a very close division. Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs. Now, I hate the Broncos just because I think their fans are insufferable. But they do have a good team. And I guess their quarterback isn't bad as much as I wanted to claim that he was. Sean Payton's a very good coach, as much as I wanted to claim that he wasn't a very good coach. And their weapons are actually pretty nice, as much as I wanted to say that their weapons aren't that nice. Saying that, they're not going to make the playoffs because they're bad and I hate them. So I'm thinking the Chiefs are going to win that division.
My high school's logo was a repainted version of the Broncos logo, thus I want them to burn in fire.
Tampa's was mine when I was a kid. We were the Buccaneers. So, yeah, Chiefs will win. Chargers will also make the playoffs. And I think the Steelers will also make the playoffs. So that's the 7 teams. Yeah. So I think, and if you really want it specific, I do think the Ravens will be the best team in the league again. I think they'll be the number 1 seed. With then, I think it'll be the Bills, then Chiefs at 3, Texans at 4 again. And then the next 3 will probably be, I'm actually going to back the Jags. I think the Jags will be the best of the rest. No, I won't, because the Chargers will be the best of the rest, then the Jags, and then the Steelers again. And then we go into the NFC. I'm going to avoid the NFC North because I'm going to talk about my boys later. Start with the NFC West. This may be the hardest division of football to talk about, except for the Seahawks. They kind of sold everything this offseason, so I don't think they're going to be good as much as I love when they're good, because they're just a fun. I just like they're just fun. They're a fun team. I'm gonna probably end up saying the Rams because they've still got Stafford, which is a serviceable quarterback at this point. The 49ers are bad and are losing all their players, and the Cardinals are the worst team in sports. So probably gonna go the Rams there. Then the NFC South, we got the Falcons, Panthers, Tampa Bay, and the Saints. Saints are going to be bad. They have no quarterback. Falcons are going to be bad. They have a rookie quarterback. I think Tampa Bay wins the division. I actually think the Panthers are going to make the playoffs. And then we get the NFC East. Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. Eagles are easy number 1. They're going to win that division again.
Is this not just going to be Eagles, Red...
Commanders now.
Eagles, Commanders, Giants, Cowboys? Or are the Giants going to randomly be good? Or are the Cowboys finally coming back?
See, this is what's hard. I genuinely can see the other 3 teams all being like 8, 9, and 9 and 8, and then all of them missing the playoffs. But if I'm high on any of them, I'm obviously high on the Commanders.
Yeah.
So
I'm high on Jaden Daniels.
I'd probably go. You know what? When I really think about what Washington has added, I would go Eagles 1, and then the Commanders to make the. I'm looking at the logo.
Are you also looking?
I'm looking at this. So I'm taking the Commanders to also make the playoffs. Then we go to the NFC North.
We've never had that problem before, but now because we're looking at an image with it, it is tripping us up.
So Lions, Vikings, Packers, and the Bears. Packers missed the playoffs. Packers are not going to be good. They have done nothing to impress me. I think the Vikings will actually be bad. I think it was a fluke that they had as many wins as they did last year. And Sam Darnold, I actually think, was a good quarterback. Sam Darnold might actually save Seattle and maybe make them a playoff team, but they also got rid of their two best weapons of the last decade. So I don't know if that's going to happen. It is very hard for me to not say that the Bears just figure out a way to win this division over the Lions. But I think we will be the wild card team. We'll be 10-7, and I think the Lions will win at 11-5 or 12-4. First seed Eagles, second seed Lions, third seed Tampa, fourth seed Rams, with then I would actually probably say who do I think? Yeah, I'd say the Bears probably next, and then I'm gonna go Carolina and then Commanders. I think the Commanders will sneak in at either 9-8 or 10-7. And I think all three of those teams would be 9-8 or 10-7 and make the playoffs. There's a chance an 8-9 team, like it could be Carolina at 8-9. But those are my really early predictions. I love football. I'm so excited for us to get back and get everybody playing again. And the Bears might be good. It's like, no, they won't. But they wait.
That's fun and in depth. Who's your 2026 Super Bowl champion?
Can I give you the Super Bowl?
Sure. You still have to pick a winner, but you can give me the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs go out in the championship. They lose to the Ravens. The Ravens finally get over the line. We finally figure out how to let Lamar Jackson run in a playoff game. They do that. Coming out of the NFC, there was a big upset. The Eagles actually lost in the second round after their bye, which I guess would be the championship game. So, yeah. So, the Eagles actually lose in the championship game to the Chicago... No, no, I actually think that if I were to pick it, I'm going Ravens-Lions.
Okay.
And I think the Ravens actually end up beating the Lions. I think the Lions still stay without the Super Bowl, which sucks. But I'm backing the Ravens this year. They've done nothing but get better. They really haven't gotten worse at any position. And I love them. And they're going to have a new kicker, which is always good when your kicker is overrated and is ass.
On a complete fluke prediction of just vibes, I'm going to go with Bills-Eagles.
And who wins?
Fuck it, we ball Eagles back-to-back. I don't know. Like, it's easy
You know
to
how
say this
sad
when the
that
team
would.
is good.
You know how sad that would be for Bills fans.
I know. I'm sorry.
They would go to 5 Super Bowls and lose to every team in the NFC East. They lost 2 to the Cowboys, 1 to the Giants, 1 to when they were called the Rams, and then 1 to the Eagles. They would hate the NFC East. I would be traumatized.
I do think the main thing that I agree on, I think, is that unless, and you can call it whatever you want. Again, this is a very casual perspective that we're looking at here from me. It looks like Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to say he's washed. I want to say he's overconfident, and that is affecting his game. And if he keeps that, I think I agree with you. And the Chiefs just don't make it all the way.
So let me explain to you what's going on with Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
He's played his entire career with possibly a top 3 tight end of all time, and that guy has finally fallen off to a point where he cannot be an offense. And you know how there was always the thing with Brady, like, they lost this guy. They'll just bring in another white guy off the street, and he'll be the next Julian Edelman. He'll be another Wes Welker. Well, that's where Patrick Mahomes was. And Brady got to do that his entire career because he had an offense at the tight end position named Rob Gronkowski. And Gronk, as much as he was injury prone, never stopped having that problem. Like, Tom always had Gronk. No matter, even when he went to Tampa, he always had Gronk.
Yeah.
So when you have that weapon, that guy who you could genuinely build an offense around.
Didn't he pull Gronk out of retirement?
Yes.
For Tampa?
Yes. Do you know how Gronk retired? They told him he was getting traded to Detroit, and he's like, "You can't trade me, I'm retired." And then he came back a couple years later, and then they let him go to Tampa Bay for like a 6th round pick or a 5th round pick or something.
That's funny.
But Patrick no longer has Travis Kelce to depend on like that.
Yeah.
He's falling off. It's very obvious. You look at the numbers. Even if you watch him play, he cannot go like he used to.
You could tell just by the Super Bowl game.
I'm saying, I'm very shocked he came back, but he is back for another year. They need to get Patrick some weapons. They did. DeAndre Hopkins is on their roster. He's a good wide receiver. They still have Juju. We'll see how it goes. Maybe somebody breaks out. If Xavier Worthy stops having issues with law enforcement, then we'll be fine. I am sorry. It was not Xavier Worthy. That was Rashee Rice. That's who that was. It's because Rashee Rice was driving a car at 100 miles an hour, and Xavier Worthy runs at about 100 miles an hour. So I just got that. I got the speed mixed up there. But yeah, they have weapons, and they're all their players are getting better. They had a very big problem with the run game not being there because our man Pacheco was hurt and then came back and wasn't good. So Patrick Mahomes is not washed. Patrick Mahomes still wins games in crunch time when he has to. His offensive line also was not good against that Eagle defensive front. It was just I don't think anybody after watching Patrick Mahomes lose to Brady and the Bucs said Patrick Mahomes is bad. The Eagles just did exactly what they did, and they got after him all game, and he couldn't do anything. Nothing would develop. And the Eagles had a better secondary than that Tampa Bay team had. So no matter what, it was going to be harder. The Tampa Bay Bucs would have killed for a guy like Cooper DeJean. Darius Slay. These guys are great players. So I don't think Patrick Mahomes is washed. I think he has to adapt. They have to adapt their offense. They need to come up with something different. And if there's anybody in the NFL that is going to take an offense and adapt it to make it something completely different with similar components, his name is Andy Reid. He's the greatest coach of all time, and he'll do it again. He took Terrell Owens and Todd Pinkston to a Super Bowl. This guy will figure it out with Travis Kelce. He's playing like Jason Kelce at the moment, but it'll be fine.
So Travis Kelce at center is what you're saying.
Travis Kelce for commercials, I think, is where his best position will be going forward.
Travis Kelce on Taylor's arm at an award show,
and I don't hate it. But yeah, that's my NFL rant.
Okay. I'm not that excited, but I'm excited.
It'll be good. Your team is good again. Congratulations.
Good again. When was the last time the Eagles were actually bad?
A little bit ago. Chip Kelly era. So 2014 forward.
Okay.
2014 till 2 years before you won the Super Bowl. Or 1 year, really.
Remember people being so hype about Chip Kelly.
Yep.
Anyway.
It was such a good time in my house. 4-12 Eagles is bliss.
I also remember the excitement about another Eagles guy. What was his name? It came and it wins. So we have a whole ass SummerSlam coming up in under a week. When this episode comes out, if it comes when it's slated to come out, which I assume it will, I will already be in New York. We're staying on Staten Island, I believe. Already be in New York by the stadium getting ready for the show. As potentially revealed on air, I don't know if it was or not, but I can say it now. Our post SummerSlam thoughts will not be available the week after. It'll be the week after that, because the episode after I'll still be away. But there's been development. I now can actually be excited for this show as of the Raw 3 weeks ago, where they revealed who was going to be facing Gunther for the championship. CM Punk versus Gunther was the first match announced that made me go, okay, I like this. I like this. Can I have more of it? And Triple H then went, here's Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And I was like, you broke it.
Why? Why? What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't care. I don't care. Why does Roman... Why? Like, he comes back, and he beefs with Seth's group, which fine, and Seth got potentially injured, and that sucks, and he probably won't be at SummerSlam. Like, he's not announced for the card, and he's away, and it looks like he's legitimately injured, unless, but probably he's injured. And, like, that's fine. But, like... I feel like we skipped a part of this Bloodline story.
What Bloodline story?
The specifically Roman.
Okay.
Like, when he came back a year ago at SummerSlam and punched Solo Sikoa in the mouth, and we started the Bloodline Civil War stuff, which the matches were good, and as Solo went more into comedy, it became a lot better. He just didn't... Roman never actually turned face. We just started treating him like a face, and I've grown tired. Can we just have him apologize, please?
To who?
To Jay, and
Hell no.
Sammy, and Jimmy, and he can apologize to Solo, but Solo can not accept it, and they can keep...
Why does he
beefing.
need
I
to
don't care.
apologize to them?
He gaslit them for 3 years!
That doesn't matter. Be a man. Grow a pair of fucking nuts.
Or that! Or Jay
They did
and Sammy,
war games together. They love each other. It's over. Who cares?
Or Jay and Sammy can grow nuts and actually be pissed about it. Sami Zayn was pissed about it when Roman came back, and then proceeded to not care for some reason. And, like, this is the part that gets me.
It wasn't that big a deal.
If Roman just comes back and beefs and has a one-on-one match with Braun Breaker, I probably like it a bit more. Why is Jay tagging with him?
Because he's oos. He's feeling a little oozy today.
I want these people to care about this bullshit. Roman terrorized the roster with 4 years, and it was a great run. Big fan of the Tribal Chief. We know I like the Tribal Chief. I like the Tribal Chief. I loved that run, but, like, part of the turning face thing, and one of the reasons why Triple H's booking is supposed to be better is there's supposed to be an actual change, not just we cheer him now. Does the same stuff. He still kind of gaslights the rest of the Jay when he's with him.
Yeah, but that's him, though. He doesn't have to apologize. I don't want him to apologize. He's the Tribal Chief. You have to acknowledge him. That's never going to change. No real man that calls himself the Tribal Chief is ever going to apologize to you for making you do what he wants to do. That doesn't make any sense for his character. And he should never, ever apologize for anything. If he should apologize for anything, it should be allowing Paul Heyman into the sacred bloodline. He should be... he could apologize, and I still wouldn't, because he's a piece of shit.
But then, like, and here's the thing, right? I don't hate what you just said. But then why the fuck does Jay just move past it? It was a whole thing for Jay to break out of that. Like, that was the entire main event Jey Uso push after he leaves the bloodline, is him breaking from that. Why do we just go back into it?
Because obviously that didn't work out for him, so we have to go back to what worked.
He won 2 singles titles, including the World fucking Championship!
And how good was that?
He was World Champion, and he won.
I didn't know! Hey, Alberto Del Rio was world champion.
Alberto Del Rio was a 3-time world
That's what I'm saying! And guess what? We don't give a fuck about him neither.
Notable prick Alberto Del Rio, who just lost in a match in AAA, by the way, and is supposedly ousted from the company. And there are reportedly no plans to bring him in. Thank you. You made a good decision. Also, Jelly Roll has turned me around a little bit.
What do you mean?
It's for one simple reason. I still don't care about this match.
Yeah, you do.
And it feels like Drew McIntyre might have purposely thrown out his passport so that way he couldn't attend. Drew McIntyre's stuck in England, by the way, because he can't find his passport. They're working on a solution. But on SmackDown, Logan Paul came out and was talking shit, and Jelly Roll interrupted him. And he is using old 2000s Toby Keith as his entrance theme.
What? Well, which one?
Who's Your Daddy? He's using Who's Your Daddy as his entrance theme, and I was just like...
I love Jelly Roll.
And I was just like, fuck it, you got me. Like...
I love Jelly Roll. We love Jelly Roll.
You know what? It will be a little bit of fun being in MetLife.
It'll always
going, you know I... You know Who's Your Daddy? And I was like, damn, okay.
We love Jelly Roll.
It'll be fun. I hope it's fun. I, like... Whatever. It's SummerSlam. Also, another thing. Roman and Jay are supposedly main eventing over Gunther versus Punk, which just pisses me off. Not necessarily that it's over Gunther and Punk, but that we have 4 fucking world titles in this company, and none of them are main eventing.
Just say you don't like Roman, man. Just say you don't like Roman.
Roman is overhyped and he's fucking...
Just sure, if you want to say it, you can be wrong if you want, man. Like, it's just that simple, bro. Roman is the GOAT.
CM Punk is the best in the world.
Is he?
Yes.
Did the Saudi show.
So did Roman! Roman was Mr. Saudi Show.
Exactly. So he did it better than him. I love CM Punk, but he's not Roman Reigns.
Truthfully, the women should probably be main eventing night one. But, if... I end up on this soapbox so fucking often that we have 4 world titles in this company, and there are casual viewers, and I'm not saying they're incorrect for this take or anything, that view the WWE Women's Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship as lesser than or whatever. And booking like this, all that does is keep that rhetoric. Because why can't...
Yeah, but that rhetoric makes money.
It's making the same amount of fucking money.
Oh, no, it's not.
And it's not... And again, and you can hate this take or whatever. It's not Roman and Jay versus... it's them where... Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are good. And I think
fine,
And I think the match will be good. But it's not them main event of WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania 40 Night 1. It's not Cody and Seth versus Roman and The Rock. That big ticket for actual certified main eventers. And, I think Gunther versus Punk actually does just have more...
No, it doesn't.
...billing over them.
Not close.
Or Rhea and Io and Naomi. But...
I say 1/3 of the women's match does. If you're talking purely just financial, it's not close. You have Jay and Roman in that match. As much as I'm not the biggest fan of Jay, he sells shit. Who's close to even Jay and everybody else you just said? Maybe Punk. Gunther, absolutely not.
Punk and Rhea definitely are.
That's Rhea and Punk are the only two. Okay, and then that's the second guy in that match. And then you have Roman Reigns. It's not close. As much as I think Io deserves her respect, Naomi's also in that match. Gunther should have more respect. Gunther should be one of the biggest guys in the company. But they refuse to do anything with him, and they don't push him, and he's...
he just retired Goldberg, but go on.
Does that fucking matter? Do we care about Goldberg?
Kind of.
Did anybody care?
Well...
Okay. So, Gunther should be one of the biggest things in the company, but he's not. Because he's not been treated well and not been on TV as much as he should, and he hasn't... And he's also not personable, and he doesn't... I love it. I love evil Gunther. I love that. The best thing he did was when he literally killed Jimmy. It's one of the best things I've seen from wrestling probably in the last year. Just a pure story thing. It's Roman and Jay. They're gonna be a main event. It is what it is.
Really?
Just because Roman doesn't have the belt anymore doesn't mean he's still not Roman Reigns. The belt didn't make Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns made the belt. And
I had to do my look into the camera for that one.
And maybe in the beginning it was like that. It's not like that anymore. Since Viking Brock forward, the belt no longer made Roman Reigns. And you could even say before that, if you wanted, I'm just going there because that's when I know definitely it's not just because he's WWE champion. It's because he was Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Yeah, you're talking about after he was already champion for
for
2
years. Yeah. I was saying, halfway through,
Sure, and and in my booking mind and the way that I view things and read things, about halfway through, you want the champion to be able to stand on his own even when he's not champion halfway through the reign. Also, Jay couldn't buy a main event until now, apparently. Him for the world title WrestleMania couldn't constitute a main event over Roman, Seth, and Punk, which I think is another example of I don't like that the world title isn't main eventing, but it's Seth, Roman, and Punk. Those are 3 certified main eventer names. I just don't think this match has that excuse. I think you have Roman, yes. And Jay is also kind of there. But clearly didn't value Jay enough to give him a good or long world title run. So I don't know how much money he's actually moving backstage or how much they actually think of him.
Okay, but merchandising he's selling. You've made that point to me before on this show.
I have.
Yeah.
And I thought it was correct, but his new shirts they've slowed down on rolling out new shirts.
Yeah, new shirts. Yes. Because nobody liked the world title.
That is what we're basing thing on. Your SummerSlam billing, not entirely.
And he should.
Someone like Roman.
And say I don't think we disagree there.
Yeah.
I don't think, and to be honest with you, I don't disagree with really anything you said. It's that if you look at it the way they're looking at it, because now TKO Group is who runs the show, and all that, this is how we're going to look at it. You're not going to get what you want, you're going to get what they're going to feed to you, and you're going to like it. And that's just how they are. Because they've done that same thing with the UFC for the last 10 years. We don't get the fights we want to see, we get what they want to feed us. That's is what it is. They're going to make their stars, they're going to run their stars into the ground, and then we're going to get to a point where we hate them. Then they'll bring somebody else in 5 years too late, and it won't matter because we'll still eat it up because there's nothing else that's as good. The only difference is that UFC didn't have that competitor. Their competitor was Bellator. Ain't nobody give a fuck about that. We at least have AEW. As much as I do clown on them because it feels like WWE retirement ground, they do have a good product. It's just I don't think all their wrestlers are very moving.
Running a main event with Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley is crazy work.
Yes.
But I like... Yeah.
And you know I'm a Moxley defender. I love that man. But it is what it is. But I completely agree with you. I think the way that they build or the way they book is bad. I hate the way that they do their things. But they are not going to change the way they think because they make bajillions of dollars. And they continue to make bajillions of dollars. And even when the product is better, that doesn't mean that the product makes more money. I think the Io Naomi whatever thing should probably main event. It'd probably be a better match than Bronson and Roman and that whole mess.
They're going to redo Io and Rhea in a triple threat opening night too, and we're going to redo the It's the Best match of the weekend.
Yeah,
is what it feels like is about.
Yeah, and even though that's infinitely going to be better, and I don't see any possibility that Roman match is better than that, it wouldn't make more money. And that's all they care about at the end of the day. Which sucks. Because that's your Rhea's in that match. That's women's wrestling. That is women's wrestling at the moment. Yeah. As much as Becky Lynch is back and I love her, she's the GOAT, Rhea Ripley is like the champion of women's wrestling at the moment.
Yeah, she is the
still doesn't matter.
Highest billing women's wrestler currently.
Yeah. So I hate the way that they do it too. I wish we would just go with what the best product is. Because as much as I hate on everything, I like good wrestling. So
I don't even think it's like what the best product should be. There's just I'm not a big UFC guy. I hear what you're saying, and I kind of understand that that's the case. Obviously, the big difference is that pro wrestling is scripted, so you have a booking... I don't want to use the word responsibility, but you have an internal working of what your product is, and this is where I think the problem really lies for me, at least. The point of the world titles, your World Heavyweight Championship, your WWE Championship, and they say the WWE Women's Championship and the Women's World Championship, they like to say it, it's not really the case, is that that's the main event of the card. That's what that is supposed to be. And it just... Listen, right? To everything you said. Be realistic. No one's main eventing night 2 over Cody and John. That's... Obviously. That's what's going to happen. John Cena's walking into the main event with the title. I don't know if he walks out with it. That one seems a little iffy, but that's the biggest match in the company. So nice they did it twice. Same with WrestleMania Vegas, which I'm not going to whinge about. I'm not going to whinge about WrestleMania Vegas Part 2. Part 3, technically, but... The other world title never main eventing. I don't want to say it devalues that title because you still have... Seth held it for a year, and then it was good enough Damian cashed in, and Drew chased it until the wheels fell off. And enough that Punk wants it. It does give it some value, but it not... And we can say this about the women's world title, too, with Io being missing from TV from WrestleMania to Evolution. But I am going to use the word responsibility. There's a responsibility to also maintain that title's prestige with the spot that it is supposed to be in. It's not the Intercontinental Championship that can float around the entire card because that's the purpose of the belt. It's not the U.S. title, which is the same thing. Or the tag belts that are finally going to be on pay-per-view. We'll talk about that in a moment. Fucking finally. Thank God. That match is going to bang, too. But yeah, that's the only thing that annoys me, and nothing's been officially announced. We are kind of inferring on the title cards that we're using for the covers of the shows. Saturday shows the tag match, and Sunday shows John and Cody. I almost said John and Cena. And then I
The John Cena!
And then I corrected to John and Punk.
Is that this weekend, SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Damn, I might watch it.
Yeah, it's this weekend.
What day is it? Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday, yeah. Night 1 Saturday, night 2 Sunday.
I might try to get the boys together.
Well, we will run down the card right now. We can talk about each match as I go through them. This is the match card order as well. So
Okay, can I get my predictions? So I don't have to text them to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to...
Can we start with the absolute mess that is that mega match that you sent to me? Usually whatever this is.
Sure, because we actually don't know what night that one's on yet. But I'm also going to enter your predictions into the spreadsheet while we do this. So that way I don't have to...
Because I literally was looking at it trying to be like, how do I type this out? I was like, it just felt like so much.
To say, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Okay. So we don't know what night this is going to be on yet. I believe it's slated for Sunday because Saturday currently has 6 matches announced and Sunday has 5. So it just seems like they're correct. It is a 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. This has been steadily building on SmackDown.
Can I give another prediction?
Sure.
This is going to be a 6 out of 10 match.
Go fuck yourself.
I love everything that's in it. Tables, ladders, and chairs matches. I don't like.
Really?
I don't like them.
Oh, wow.
It's so weird because like I love the spots, but I don't know. It's the most contrived that wrestling feels to me. Does that make any sense?
It makes sense, and what I will say is a good tables, ladders, and chairs match. Let's pick. This is a ladder match, but one I really like is Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose at Money in the Bank, which is one of my favorite. That is just a ladder match, but they get everything involved. It is not the same as, like, Hangman versus Will Ospreay from Double or Nothing, which is just a really good one-on-one straight-up match. I agree. They have completely different feels.
Yeah.
And I like both of them, but I get what you're saying. It is not the same feeling of a good match versus a good match, because one is a stunt fest and one is a story. But anyway, it is the Wyatt Six, being represented by Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, versus Andrade and Rey Fenix, versus DIY, versus Fraxium, versus Motor City Machine Guns, versus the Street Profits. This match has been building since before Mania, when they had the TLC match between 3 of the teams Mania weekend and not on the card. I'm glad we listened. I'm glad we went, this probably should have been on the pay-per-view, and put it on the pay-per-view. If you're curious, the defending champions are the White Six.
White Six, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, is this so this is for the belts?
This is for the belts.
Oh, jeez.
The belts are being hung from the top of the...
Oh, there's no...
If you want any other, during this story, the belts have also been on DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. The Street Profits just lost them to the Wyatt Six a few weeks ago. Rey Fenix and Andrade are newly thrown together and have been doing really good, and obviously Fraxium just got the main roster call-up post-Mania.
So my gut is telling me Wyatt Six retains.
Okay.
That's what my gut's telling me. My brain is actually telling me Street Profits. But then my heart wants to say DIY. Give me the Wyatt Six to retain.
Wyatt Six. I don't think that's terrible. They did just win the belts.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them to retain.
Let's see. We'll see. All right. We have night 1. The first match that I have here. The match that everyone was excited for until Evolution, and now I haven't heard a single person give a single solitary shit about this match.
Oh, is this the Roxanne Perez?
No, this is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship.
What happened here?
Naomi cashed in on the other belt. That's what happened.
Well, why?
Let's not pretend like your entire thought about Jade Cargill winning Queen of the Ring wasn't based off the fact that Naomi was Miss Money in the Bank and that was going to entangle them somehow.
Yeah.
That was the hype for this match. That is now gone. Yeah. Because Naomi is just world champion on the other brand.
Yeah.
So now this is just Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. And everyone realized that I don't think we care about either of them that much.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton has kind of had a mid-title reign despite how long it's been. Jade Cargill has been fine.
she needs to get better in the ring quick.
And this is for the WWE Women's Championship, not the United States Championship or something lower down, which I think is the big problem. This feels like a U.S. title feud.
Yeah, I know, but this. Okay, so you feel the exact opposite. I feel like you couldn't give the U.S. title to Jade Cargill because she just feels bigger than that. Even if she's not that great of a wrestler, like she. This is gonna sound so. I hate speaking like this, but like she just like has aura for some reason. Like she just does.
Yeah, what a great way to bolster up a new
Hey,
title.
Hey, I'm not telling you that's how I do it, but I'm just telling you what the vibes are. I'm gonna take Jade.
Okay, I think that's smart. This does actually just
Tiffy
feel like
time
where we're going.
is officially out of time.
Yeah. The match that we
All have been waiting for.
Yeah, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Yeah, give me Randy. As soon as I saw Randy on that, I was like, cannot wait for the RKOs in this match.
Yeah. I'll clean this up later, but to put the stuff down. Yeah, Celebrity wins. Jelly Roll's probably pinning, hopefully, Logan Paul and not Drew McIntyre. But it be being. It's a spot. I saw Jelly Roll last year at SummerSlam. Don't hate Jelly Roll. It'll be fun, hopefully. I still feel like Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre could be doing more important work, but whatever. At least they're on the card. Like some other people that aren't on the card that should probably be on the card. There are 2 matches that I 100% would have on this SummerSlam card that aren't here. But, moving on. Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship.
This is the one I have absolutely no idea about.
I know who I'm predicting, but I agree I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, give me Punk.
Okay. I agree, by the way.
I know, but
again, I'm not sure.
we didn't do Gunther right the first time. Why do I think they're going to do him right the second time?
Yeah. The Judgment Day being represented by Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
I am still backing the Judgment Day.
We'll just say JD. JD versus Bliss and Flair. You are just backing
I'm
Judgment
backing the
Day.
Judgment Day.
Just fair. I don't know where I stand on that one.
If I'm
but
wrong
it's
on
fair.
any of them so far, I think that's probably the one I'll be wrong about. Because I feel like Charlotte doesn't lose that much.
And I'm going to tell you this. I know you don't watch the weekly product. This storyline is actually saving Charlotte's character.
Thank God.
Just the interplay between her and Bliss has been
So good.
human.
I've seen clips of that, and I'm like, that's what has made me think it's gonna go the other way. But now you're gonna make me think.
And Charlotte did use her influence for this show. She used her influence to stop them from splitting them up because the plan reportedly was to do Bliss versus Flair at SummerSlam. And and Flair went, I think this team's been good. I don't know why we would stop now. Just keep. And they make a joke on the show of why they have this match. And Charlotte just goes, well, I might be in a tag team, but I'm still Charlotte Flair. It's made her feel so human, which is the thing that she's just been missing.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I'm taking. Still gonna back the Judgment Day.
been looking really good. They remixed Roxanne Perez's theme again. She now has a remixed version of her remix.
We love that.
This is like her third theme.
We love that.
And it's just she had her theme, and then they changed it when she turned heel to fit a heelish character, and now they have remixed it again to fit the heelish character.
The heels of the heels.
Heels squared. This lists the main event next, the supposed main event next, so we're going to skip it and come back. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
Give me Cross.
So, Karrion Kross supposedly hasn't signed his new deal yet, or hasn't been offered a new deal. So if he hasn't, this would probably be his swan song, because it expires in August.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm backing Karrion.
All right. I'm definitely not, because I think he's gone.
Yeah.
But I would like to see Karrion Kross win and us put some weight behind his stuff. I just hope the match is good.
Yeah.
Sammy brings him to another good thing. Okay. Bloodline OG, Jey Uso and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, give me that.
versus Braun and Braun.
Yeah.
You want Bloodline OG?
Oh,
Jey and Roman. All right. I actually think they might lose,
I do too.
but I don't know. We'll see. My boy versus my boy, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles.
Dominic.
Aw. I did not think.
I saw a graphic the other day. It was cut 3 of these 9. And who did it? It had Daniel Bryan, Bret Hart, HBK, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and like 4 other guys, Macho Man, and 3 other guys, like good guys. And it was just like, I looked in the comments, and everybody was like AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. It was like Daniel Bryan was first. Nobody was keeping Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, and Seth Rollins. And I had the same thing, but I kept Seth Rollins actually, and I cut Bret Hart.
It's weird. People are on an anti-Bryan thing right now because he was asked in an interview what wrestling moments have meant the most to him, and he talks about his time at WrestleMania 30 and about how, in retrospect, it doesn't mean as much. And people just have been jumping on him for it. But he very much clarifies that he wins the world title. He's in pain because he wrestled 2 matches. He holds the belts because he has 2 belts at the time. And he's doing his yes thing, and he stops because it hurts, because it's 2 heavy belts. And they keep telling him, nope, get on there and do it again. Get on there and do it again. And his wife isn't allowed in the ring to celebrate with him. She's being kept backstage. He has to convince security to let his niece and stuff over the barricade, which was agreed upon in advance. And like he's just talking about it's like versus winning the title at All In, where I was allowed to properly celebrate with everyone for what was a big moment. And I get it. Like, what do you mean you wouldn't let his wife worked for the company at the time? Like, why can't she come out and celebrate with him? Why is that? Like, that's public knowledge. They let him celebrate the night after in the ring, so it's not like you were keeping it secret. But yeah. So I wasn't surprised if that's why he goes first in a lot of those. Bret Hart is hard, but I think the company survives without him. That's not me saying that Bret Hart is not one of the greatest of all time. It's just me saying that.
I'm saying that.
It's the convenience of the era he was in.
I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I do not really care for Bret Hart.
A match? Now we have a match.
Kurt Angle over Bret Hart every day of the week.
Ooh, that's spicy.
That's not. That's like cold. That's ice cold.
No, that's very spicy.
Oh, absolutely not. Give me Angle.
He doesn't like being called.
I know, but it's
no,
so
we're bleeping
there.
it.
He's like the Washington Commanders now. I don't care. I'm gonna call you what I remember calling you.
Now, a match that I am excited for, if not just because the announcement was dope and I think it'll be fun. Solo Sikoa versus
Jacob Fatu.
Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title inside of a steel cage. I love a steel cage match announcement. You get Adam Pearce out there, it's like, in a steel cage, yes! They put the jailbird in jail. That's what this was!
Yeah, so it's Fatu.
Yeah, I think it will be Fatu, yeah. I think Jacob just takes the belt back. I'm curious to see if anything happens.
What, shenanigans, you mean?
Shenanigans. I'm curious if this is Tama Tonga's debut. Return. I'm curious. They apparently trademarked the name Ethan Fatu for something. I'm curious if there's another debut. I'm curious if maybe we just get a return or a call-up to help fight Solo off if Jacob wins. Like, I expect this match to be nonsensical cornball because the steel cage is supposed to be to keep the bloodline out, but when is that? Or sorry, to keep Solo's family tree out. You're rubbing the thing.
Yeah, when does that ever happen?
When does that ever happen?
Yeah, when does that ever work?
When it never does. Now, another match I'm personally excited for. To set up this match, there was a 2 out of 3 falls match on Raw the last time we recorded to decide who challenges Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. I don't need to tell you how good this match was. I'm just going to tell you what the match was, and you can come to your own conclusion. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match between Lyra Valkyria and Bayley.
Okay, so it was good. Bayley
It was
lost.
so fucking good. And yeah, Lyra wins. And now it's Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. It is a no disqualification, no count out, last chance match. This means no disqualification, no count outs, and if Lyra loses, she can never challenge for the IC title. They said again during the broadcast, but it looks like it is just while Lynch is champion.
Yeah.
Which I think changes the prediction a bit, but potentially.
Yeah, take it, Becky.
Okay.
But no matter. Every match these two have wrestled against each other have been bangers, so I am excited to see them go again. We could just keep going with them. I think it's fine. Like, obviously we can't after this if Lynch wins, but if the matches are good, why stop? Because stale, I guess, but... Now you have Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. This match... They should be main eventing, but it won't. And it won't. They have it set for night 2, so it's obviously not gonna. It's probably gonna open.
Without telling me who you're taking, is this as hard as I think it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. Depends on who you're fighting between. There's one person...
I'm fighting between all three of them.
Okay.
Because I find it so hard to believe that they would... Not that I don't, because I'm sure... WWE sucks, right? But... For her to cash in and then lose the first title defense would be crazy. Especially it was, 2 weeks ago?
I'll tell you who's definitely not winning, in my opinion. There's no way Io walks out with the belt. Now, I will agree with you. You have the thing of, there's no way they will end Naomi's cash-in title reign after 3 weeks. However, would Triple H figure out a contrived way to put the belt on Rhea without her pinning Io? Yeah, he would. So it is definitely between Naomi and Rhea in my head. There's no chance Io walks out with the belt.
I'm gonna back Naomi. I don't really want to, but I'm going to.
I do just hope that you're right. Naomi, Rhea. And then the main event for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena in a street fight.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a secondary prediction.
Oh God.
I think The Rock is showing up this weekend.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
We haven't seen The Rock since Elimination
I think The Rock
Chamber.
shows up.
The Rock doesn't care. The Rock's not showing up. The Rock is in fucking wherever doing whatever he fucking
I think
wants.
The Rock shows up. Or we get Brock Lesnar's return.
No, it's not.
Imagine. No, yeah, I'm thinking Cena.
Okay. This is the match that I find hard to predict.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where we're going with it. I don't know if there's... It feels like anything is available here. It feels like it could just be straight up Cena stays heel and Cody Rhodes doesn't hesitate and wins. They could keep the alignments and Cena can just cheat to win again. They could double turn and go either direction, which I think is the wrong decision. I don't think there's any reason to turn Cody heel. Just,
Oh, he can't be a heel, so we should probably not do that.
I just think he needs to not be a wuss. But it's a street fight, so there's going to be plunder galore. Again, this might be one of Cena's best matches on his retirement tour just because we can cover it with all the smoke and mirrors we want.
Yeah.
So, interference could definitely happen, but I don't think it'll be The Rock or Travis Scott.
You think it'll be Ron Killings, don't you?
I didn't, but it could be.
Yeah.
I think the ship has sailed. I think they've given up on it.
You think already?
Yeah, I think they gave him his moment in the sun, and that's it. They signed his 1-year deal and said he can go by Ron Killings, and now he won't do anything for the next year. And they got the big pop from it.
Then who do you think will interfere?
I don't know. I think it depends on what... Depends on what we want to do with either man leaving here. I think there's a potential opportunity. I want to preface this. I don't actually think this is going to happen. I don't think this is going to happen. I think the injury is a shoot, and I think he's injured.
No, because I disagree. I don't think he's hurt.
But
I think he cashes in.
I think there's a chance.
I think he cashes in.
I don't want to think it. I do just think he's hurt. But I hear the Cody fights through hell and he's laying there, or Punk fights through hell, and then he just comes out. He's not injured and he cashes in. It's just such a convenient that Paul Heyman won't reveal what they're doing with the briefcase. So convenient that Seth has been seeing very little, and so convenient that they won't tell us what the injury is. Normally they're very forthcoming with the injury details. I do just think he's hurt.
I don't
But
think
I'm not completely convinced.
I don't think so. I think he cashes in.
I'm not going to be disappointed if he doesn't show up. But I like... But again, where are we sending them afterwards? Who's coming after Cody or Cena in the aftermath? Does Styles want his pound of flesh and decides to make himself?
No.
Does the Judgment Day interfere? Does it all depends? Like it really, because I think that's what I end up seeing. Is if we don't end this on something definitive, it keys into what happens next, and I don't know where we're going with this story. Because all of my predictions won't make sense. Because my prediction would stand at Braun Breaker being the one to take the title from Cena, but he's not going to do that if he's embroiled with Seth's nonsense. So, like I don't know. But I'm currently sitting on, and I might change the prediction before it becomes official. None of these are technically official until I post them, which will be either Wednesday, probably. I probably won't post them until Saturday, but I'm going to have them made by, like, Wednesday, so that way I have them with me when we go. So, like, before then, any of them are changeable. Currently, I sit with Cody. I think Cody is just going to take it back.
All right.
But I'm not convinced I haven't convinced myself that yet. But if there's a definitive winner to the match and a cash-in afterwards, the original match ending counts.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why at Evolution no one gets it is because she cashes in the middle of the match and makes it a triple threat. But
That was so cool.
it's such a good match. I hate this company. But yeah, that's the rundown for SummerSlam. There's 6 matches on each night for a total of 12. I think it should be 7 for each night. I think with Evolution, we really found out that 7 is more of the perfect number for a show. And I think there's no reason why Damian Priest and Aleister Black should be on SmackDown before it. It should just be on the SummerSlam card, as well as probably a Julia title defense, because I think every other title... Okay, there's one other title. The World Tag Team titles is not present, but who cares about them?
Where's the U.S. title?
The U.S. Solo and...
Oh,
Jacob.
yeah.
Every other singles title is being defended with the exception of Julia's women's U.S. title, and, like, why not? Have a fun time. And have 7 matches on each card. It's SummerSlam. Let's have a good time. I think Evolution really showed that 7 matches is the correct amount, and there should be 7 matches on a show. But
It was a good show. We get it.
it was probably their best show this year.
And I bet you it made the least amount of money.
Yeah, it had no advertisements. It's great.
I bet you it made no money.
Only other wrestling thing I want to talk about is that Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano, and both of them showed up at AAA to challenge Vikingo for the AAA title at Triple Mania, and then they were all interrupted and attacked by a masked man who then ripped the mask off and got the loudest pop I've ever heard, and it was fucking Dominic Mysterio. And we're now getting that Fatal 4-Way at Triple Mania, and I'm just saying, 2-title Dom. Whoa. Whoa. I love my boy.
We didn't talk anything about Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Damn, not a TNA guy?
Bro, I want to be a TNA guy so bad, but they gotta stop with this bullshit.
What?
What happens at TNA Slammiversary?
The Dudley Boys. That's all I want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Leave them be, man. Didn't AJ come back?
I'm trying to leave them be. They keep coming back.
Didn't AJ show up?
AJ showed up.
Cool.
This is cool. This is cool for Slammiversary for AJ to show up and kind of give props to Leon Slater, who won the X Division title. Yeah. He's fine. Listen, right? I shouldn't feel after Slammiversary that it was fine.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my problem. I don't know why the 2 NXT people walked out with the 2 top belts in TNA.
That was wild.
I would have... Each individual choice is fine. Making them both on the same show is a fucking sin. Mike Santana should have walked out with the TNA World title, and then JC can win both, whatever, it's fine. But, yeah. I should never feel, after Slammiversary or Bound for Glory, much like with SummerSlam and WrestleMania, I should never feel, oh, that was fine. They did the biggest house they've ever done, and it was fine.
So I'll tell you this. For Halloween, me and Darian are going as the Dudleys.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Dudleys have a great legacy.
I can't wait to wear the Bubba Ray glass. I asked him, I was like, can I go as Devon and you go as Bubba Ray? And he said, no, I don't think we can do that. I said, why not?
Are you going to do, like, more modern Dudleys or, like, ECW Dudleys?
camo vest and shorts.
Okay, more.
Yeah,
It's more modern.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, they wore tie-dye in ECW.
Yeah, I do remember. I do. Well, I don't remember that, but I do know that.
We can talk about the Dudleys' old stuff. I'm down. All right, even their mid 2010s return, we can talk about. However, if I hear the word bully out of your mouth, I end the podcast immediately. No, I don't. They'll do it at Bound for Glory. It'll be the worst match of the night, and hopefully I never have to see either of them again.
All right. This is what I won't stand for. Say whatever you want about Bubba.
I will.
Leave Devon alone.
I'm trying to leave Devon alone.
Devon is a good man.
Yes. Continue. I will.
And he retired.
Yes.
And he wanted to stay retired. He was talked into it.
Exactly.
And that's fine, because you can do a favor for a friend, and it doesn't make you a bad person. Devon is a legend. It's the reason why I want to be Devon and not Bubba.
I agree. My problem with this match is Bubba Ray Dudley.
Thank you.
Devon retired. He was happy. He was doing his producer role backstage in WWE. He was happy. He showed up at NXT 2300 to put a table in the ring, and it was great. This is my favorite.
Devon, the table.
My favorite pop from NXT 2300, which was their tribute show at the ECW Arena. For those who don't know, was Bubba and Trick were doing the tag thing. He said, "Trick, get the tables." Trick couldn't find any tables. Ethan Page did a dastardly move and got all the tables out of the ringside area, so that way there were no tables for them to use. And then the Dudley music hits, and Devon walks out with the table, and it's great, and I love it. This is all I want from the Dudley boys. I do not want to see either of them wrestle. They are old. They are worn out. Devon understands this, and he's fine with his career. Bubba, stop. Stop. You had the singles moment in TNA, and it was fine. Stop. It's okay. Retire and get put into the WWE Hall of Fame. It's fine. It's okay. They might have already gone in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think they did, because whatever.
I don't think so.
It was like, it's fine. You guys were the third best of the legendary trio of tag teams. It was fine.
Whoa.
They were the third best.
Of who?
Hardy's, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys.
Who's won?
It will depend a bit on the criteria. Are we talking purely by tag team standards?
Yes.
Hardy's.
Okay, thank you very much.
If we take all of the members' careers independently, then it's Edge and Christian. If we just strictly stick to tag, it's the Hardys. Easily.
And you don't think the Dudleys are better than Edge and Christian as just a tag team?
No.
You don't even think it's close.
They're a very highly decorated tag team. They're a good tag team.
I love them.
I stand by that they're the third best of that trio. I will not hear the Dudleys were never good. I will never hear that they were carried. I'll never hear anything like that. They got signed to WWE directly from ECW for a reason. They continued to, in their initial departure from WWE, light up the independent circuit and other places for a reason. They were not overrated. They were still very good, and they deserve to be said with them, not just for their contributions alongside of them, but because they are equal to them. But they're not as good. They are worse than them. If we want to actually nitpick, which yes, I do.
I love the 3D.
3D's a great move. Potentially one of the best tag finishers of all time.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's better than the 2-move combo of the Twist of Fate into the Swanton Bomb.
No.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy's music is so infectious. That shit hits, and I'm just like, well, how can I get up as high as possible?
Anyway, we are drowning on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We are at.
I had to defend my boy Devon.
Just let Devon be retired. He's fine being retired.
He is.
Oh, brother, testify.
Oh.
Let's send us out.
Send us out.
We will be back in 2 weeks with a fresh episode. There will be an episode next week. That is Tanner's New 52, where Tanner talks about anime while I stare at him.
Yeah.
It's content, so
Big content.
Eat it. Now. Not now, in a week.
What? Yeah. Jeez. Very sports oriented this episode. Scripted or not.
It wasn't an accident.
That's fair.
I've looked at our numbers. It was not an accident. Anyway,
Oh my god.
we'll see you guys next time. We are out. And hopefully we will have a good trip. And hopefully SummerSlam is not ass. I will be upset when I get back. I will record a standalone episode if it's that bad. Or
Oh
I
my
just
God,
yell
stop.
into the mic. So I hope that I won't.
I just show up halfway through. What? We started already? I have Godzilla news.
I'm cutting the recording now. Do you have anything you want to say?
You in fact can compare apples to oranges.